Get ready. Start. Sir, some days ago I had the honor of presenting to the House the report of the Planning Commission on the second 5-year plan. I presume that many members have read it since then, either fully or in parts. I have now the honor to move the following resolution. This House regards its general approval of the principles, objectives and programs of development contained in the second 5-year plan as prepared by the Planning Commission. Those honorable members who have read this report have probably not found it very light reading. A report of this type can hardly be termed light reading, although I believe there are many parts of it which are exciting reading. Few of us can say that we agree with every single word in this report and with every single proposal. A report of this type is the product of the labor of a great many persons, not only members of the Planning Commission, but a vast number of other people who have been consulted. Among them are experts of our own country and of foreign countries and others representing various interests and professions in the country. As with all joint products, there is an attempt to meet different viewpoints of this House will view the report as a whole, keeping in mind the unity of approach, objectives, methods and principles underlying it and not so much the details. It is open, of course, to any honorable member to criticize or to make suggestions in regard to any part of the report, whether it be principles or details. But I submit that the important thing is to get hold of the main principles. I propose therefore to deal with the broad principles only. The subject of this report is obviously not only of the highest importance, but something that produces in me very great excitement. It is an exciting subject because it deals with the future of 360 millions of people. To some extent, that future will affect the future of other countries and even of the rest of the world. It therefore becomes an enthralling and exciting subject. We are engaged in the shaping of the future of India. Surely there could be few subjects more exciting than this. It is therefore with a sense of the burden of history that I face this problem.